His beard's like good possumers banged about. Just couldn't quite get knock. He was back and forth and round about.
It may sound like double Dutch to the untrained ear, but many of the words from the Lakeland dialect can actually be traced back to another part of Europe, hundreds of years ago.
We moved with times and we stood still with computers and CDs to boot. There were good strong teams, kept us in gear, 'cause we're 75 not out.
Tell me about the history of the dialect.
The dialect itself goes way back in history, and probably the earliest surviving words are from the Celtic speech, which was pre-Roman period. But our richest heritage is really from the Scandinavian speech that came with the Scandinavian settlers in about 925.
Give me an example of the sort of words that you would use then.
Well, we'd say children were going to play, we'd say bands again leken and things like that. And if we saw a little heap of soil in the middle of the lawn, we'd say Maudiwaps had been thrang, you know.
Speakers had gathered in the Lake District from around the country at Rydal Hall to celebrate the dialects that make the English language so rich and diverse. From just over the Cumbrian border, the Northumbrian Language Society was well represented.
You could be fossicking. There's a word that's never hardly used now, and it's all about hunting and searching for stuff. You might fossick in a drawer when you're ratching there, hunting for something you know's there, but you cannot see it.
The founder of National Dialect Day, which has been running for 6 years, is from another neighbouring county, Lancashire.
There's some great words in Lancashire. There's that very famous Lancashire word gradely, which means sort of a grade, of a quality. You know, so this, I mean, today it's raining a bit, so it's not a gradely day. But I can certainly tell you that this that we're at here, Rydal Hall, is a gradely place.
Next year, the event will be held in the Midlands, organised by a man with the title of Poet Laureate of Wednesbury.
We say our bist and our dust, you bin your bay and it's bust, yam a bomb pot, yam a Rodney.
What does that mean?
We are, you are, we're not. Effectively, it's broken. It comes from a song I'd put together for people from outside the area just to get a crash course in words.
And in case you couldn't work out the Lakeland words at the beginning of tonight's programme, here's an explanation.
And come back later and we'll have a crack in our maca talk. I said come back in a bit and we'll have a talk about our dialect.
It was one of them squawking pink-coloured doves, pouring his heart out at loud true love.
Dialects may be disappearing in some areas, but in others they're continuing to flourish and to be kept alive by enthusiasts like this. Tim Bagshaw, ITV News, Rydal.